Happy holidays! What's going on, guys? So today I'm going to do a little a book haul, I guess you could say. I did this with my list last week. Actually, I had like 13 books. I'm not going to go through 13 books. That video is ridiculously long. And I'm going to keep this kind of short and tight. Now, regardless of whether you celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the other holidays out there that I just can't think of at this moment, it's the holiday season, and this is kind of the month of gift giving. I mean, regardless of what you do. Most people even give gifts even if, you're not a Christian or you're not a whatever. Okay, right? So anyways, without going too much into that, I want to share with you 5 of my these are my best picks. So I went from 13 to the 5 best. So these are my ultimate favorite picks, and these are books that I think that everyone should have on their bookshelf. Now, the first one, I would have actually had Atlas Shrugged, but many of you probably already know of Atlas Shrugged, and if you haven't gotten it yet and read that, get that book first, okay? Now, if you want a significantly shorter read, then the Anthem is the book for you. So I love this book. Really, really great Ayn Rand read. 90 pages, actually, so it looks bigger than it is, but really, let's see if I can do. Last week, I was like really good at this. I turned to the exact page, but I can't. But anyways, there it is. Cool. So this right here is actually her notes, which is kind of cool. They got her editing, and this is the actual book. So it's I think it's like 90 pages. Really awesome read. Talks about, without giving too much away, the power of I. So that's all I'm going to leave you with because it's such a cool read. The next one is a classic marketing book. Everyone needs to read this. Everyone needs to have this on their shelves, especially those of you who are entrepreneurs, who are marketers. Online, offline, doesn't matter. The Ultimate Sales Letter, you need to have this book. This book is not just going to be one of those one and done kind of reads. This is a resource for crafting marketing letters, for crafting ads, for crafting direct sales mail pieces if you're into that. Everything that has to do with copywriting can be created based on this book, and also we have a copywriting course, Copywriters Guild, so if you don't have that, definitely pick that up. That'll be great with that book. Now, these are starting to get into mindset stuff, but I think you're going to love it. Perfect time of the year to get into this. If you've never read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, this is definitely a must-read. This book was the first book that I read that really started getting me into spirituality and becoming a more spiritual being and being more present and all that stuff. As you can tell by the title, The Power of Now, it's a lot about being present and becoming more present in the moment. So I know a lot of people talk about that and have Facebook memes and crap like that, but this book definitely goes into that in a really unique, really cool way. He's got some killer stories. He's talking about this story in there. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but he talks about these stories of how he met these people, and then at the end of the story, he tells you the name of who the person was, and you're like, holy crap, that was who it was. It was just, he's met some incredible people. It's cool. So the next one, if you don't have this book, go get it, read it. If you do, which 95% of everyone watching this video probably has read this book or have heard of it. If you've heard of it and never read it, go get Think and Go Rich. This is just a classic. This is a classic self-help, self-development book. Just killer stuff. Anyway, I can't say enough about it. Pretty much everyone knows about it. Now, this is a really cool read. This isn't necessarily one of those reads that you're going to. This isn't going to be your primary read. I don't know how everyone reads. For me, I have 2 or 3 books open at a time. I have a novel, I have a marketing book, and then I have something like this, like meditations. Now, the reason why I say this isn't a read through, you could read through it, which is fine, whatever you want to do, but I don't know if you can see it. But if you see in the pages there, they're broken into numbered paragraphs for each chapter. So the cool thing about this is that, hopefully, is my mic on? My mic is on, okay. So the cool thing about this is that you can actually read this book. This is kind of like one of those bathroom books, or just pick up, read a couple paragraphs, and then put it down, because he's not going, it's not like a storyline. You don't have to, you can stop anywhere on any of those chapters because they're meditations. So each one's actually pretty vastly different than the previous one. Some are very similar, But for the most part, like, you'll read one meditation and then move on to the next. It's nothing like the other one. There's some really great stuff. Now, my biggest takeaway of all of the meditations I've read on here, this isn't my bookmark, that's just like a bookmark. I don't know where I am in here. I'm probably on book 12. So, biggest takeaway out of reading like 200 pages in this book is one of Marcus Aurelius' quotes, which is so cool. I think all of you are going to love this, especially if you're in the abundance wealth mindset. He said that where life can be lived, so too can a good life. But life can be lived in a palace, therefore a good life can be lived in a palace. So I'll let you contemplate on that and take that however you will. All I know is that that is going to be the quote on the banister of my next house. So anyways, Marcus Aurelius Meditations, really great book. Now, I hope you enjoyed this here. I wanted to keep it as short as possible. Really great books. If you don't have any of these books on your bookshelves, definitely put those on your list for Amazon. I'm going to put a list down below this video. That way you can easily click to the exact book. There's a lot of different variations of a couple of these, and I want to make sure that you get the correct book, regardless of whether you buy it on Amazon or not. I'll give you a link down below. That way you can click directly and conveniently to the correct book. So that's all for this video. That's all for this week. I know I'm a little late. It's Sunday technically here, if you're watching it on Sunday. My birthday was yesterday, and I was just doing a ton of other things. I was getting a car and all that stuff, which took like 4 hours to get. It was pretty ridiculous. There's so much paperwork. So anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. Now, if you have some, and maybe you already have all these books, but I'd love to hear what books you would recommend. So let's keep it a little short in the comments. Let's go with your top 5. If you want to go less, if you want to do 2 or 3, that's totally cool. But top 5 favorite books, not in this list. So go ahead in the comment section and give me your list of your top 5 favorite books, because we can create a huge list of books. And if you have all these, then maybe someone will pick one of the books that's in your comments. So that'll serve to be very, very helpful, especially in this holiday season. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week.